What's going on, guys, and welcome back to another video. If you didn't check out the video earlier, you would, you wouldn't know that things are going down even bigger than we expected, okay? So check that one out if you haven't after this one. But most importantly, in this video, we've got 10 questions that were recently answered, as in yesterday, right, by Crystal Dynamics Phil, okay, the all-in-all legend who has dropped some crazy facts on this game and responded to questions that we really want to know the answer to. So what I decided to do was just pick out 10 that I thought personally was super important and interesting, and these it basically goes from clans to seeing X-Men in the game to the helicarrier not being the only place where heroes will be. I mean, we're talking crazy things, alright? So as always, drop a like on this video. Let's try and get to 9 likes only, and then leave the video at 9 likes. Yes, it is a meme that we are now just continuing with, so if you see the video at 9 likes, print screen it, tweet it to me, and you'll be featured in the next video. And as always, if you're new to the channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button below, because it's a cool thing to do, alright? It's a really cool thing to do, so go ahead and do that. Now, diving into the video, like I said, these are in no particular order. They're just ones that I thought personally were really cool that I know you guys are going to love the answers to. So, kicking it off with the first one, it's actually, I'm going to read it word by word. I think that's the easiest thing to do. So it says, can you elaborate more on how multiplayer works right off the bat? Will we be able to play as all 6 characters at the start, or will we have to unlock them in the story still? And then Phil responded by saying, it depends how you play. If you follow the campaign, then yes, you have to unlock them because they are missing at the beginning. However, you can go straight into the Avengers Initiative, which is MP, as long as you are okay with spoilers, and all heroes will actually be available. So, you know, provided they aren't dead or anything. He's obviously referring to Captain America, but nonetheless, you can technically just dive into all playable 6 characters, which is really cool. Now, the second one is, in the 80+ War Zones comment, does that include drop zones, hives, faction missions, and any other type of non-story content? And he responded by saying, yes, that covers everything at launch that takes place in war zones. And if you guys are still confused about that 80+ comment, it's basically a blog they put on their website earlier today, which just says what to expect literally on day 1 of this game's release. So again, that technically would be the 1st of September for people that did pre-order, I think, the deluxe edition. So some interesting stuff. Now this is where it gets a bit interesting, okay? Someone asked a question that is a question a lot of people have been asking, and that is, Phil, could we ever see Wolverine in the game? And he responded by saying, we got a million requests for the X-Men. You'll have to wait and hear what we come up with. So this, although it's not confirming it, definitely gets you hyped up, okay, because we know this game is going to consistently be added with new heroes, like we're expected to see next Tuesday with the War Table stream. But most importantly, I mean, this would be more of like a DLC thing, right? Like a big DLC expansion, whatever you want to call it, where essentially they could have their own mini story linked to the Avengers. I mean, that would be crazy. What do you guys think on that? Let me know in the comments below, but that just kind of gives you some faith, right? Now, the next question is about clans, and the question was, did we get confirmed clans? And he says, we need to look at social stuff post-launch. Now, it's great to know they were actually aware of this, okay, because clans in a lot of games similar to this are actually a big thing, and I know it's something that a lot of you guys in the comments, and especially in my Discord channel, have been talking about, and I think clans is just a great way to bring the community together. That also being said, someone did kind of do a concept for that I featured in the video earlier today, when it comes down to group matchmaking and so forth, that could kind of be like you know, varied based on your skills. So it can also work in the perspective of having clans as well, where maybe you need to be a certain level or whatever it may possibly be, right? I think that could work, but I think clans are definitely a big thing in my opinion. Now, the next one is about costumes, and the question was, any chance for MCU costumes? And he responded with a simple, you never know. And I mean, when you see these you never know comments, although it doesn't confirm anything, and definitely do not take it as confirmation, but from previous track record, when we see comments like this with most of developers and so forth, it typically means yes, alright? Like 95% of the time it does mean yes, but again, this ain't a confirmation, so take it how you want to. But I mean, if you know, you know, right? Like it kind of is, in some sort of perspective. Now, the sixth question is, will new additional characters get their own room on the helicarrier? And this is what I mentioned at the beginning of the video, stating that the helicarrier won't actually be the only location for heroes, because Phil responded by saying, does it have to be on the helicarrier though? Now this is really interesting because we've already seen the Avengers Tower. I can't remember who saw it. It was someone in the beta where, again, they got out of the map and they were actually able to see the Avengers Tower, which was super big, right? So going into perspective and, you know, theory and so forth, technically we could have some type of helicarrier in space, but also the Avengers Tower within itself could be, you know, some type of base as well for additional characters, which I think would work out very well, depending how many characters there are going to be in the first year as well. Okay, so if we're talking 6 characters, maybe just on, of course, a helicarrier, it might be like 6 extra characters in like the Avengers Tower, for instance. So, and I mean, maybe you can move these characters around as well. I think that'd be a really neat feature. Now, the 7th question is, will Hulkbuster have outfits, and will we have skills that make him stronger and last longer? Now, Phil responded by saying skills, yes, outfits, not for sure. So, I mean, the most important thing is skills. I'd say that definitely is a winner all around, because having the ability to upgrade Hulkbuster's skills and just essentially last longer when you are playing as Hulkbuster, for me, is definitely a win. I want you guys to get your thoughts on that as well in the comments below. Are you really bothered by it, or are you not? For me, like I said, it's definitely a win, and I think it's one of those must-have features. Now, the 8th question was, please say they are considering a minimap, and the answer to that is, we heard that feedback a lot, not at launch, but we'll see what's possible for MP visibility post-launch. So again, a minimap, I'd have to agree, definitely a minimap. If I'm honest with you, it never really sprung to my mind, right, to actually say, can we just get a minimap? But now seeing it, I mean, the importance is actually pretty big, right? So definitely, in my opinion, a minimap is a must-have. Now, the second to last question is a good one, and it is basically, will it be possible to mute Jarvis while playing Warzones? He was super annoying in the beta while exploring, and I'm sure at least 99% of you watching this video right now can relate to Jarvis being annoying, and Phil responded to that question by saying, Tony's been trying to figure that out, not at launch though, but hopefully in the near future, again before the end of the year, there is just a mute button for Jarvis, because Jarvis sometimes talks a little bit too much, in my opinion. Now, the last question is there anything else you're working on that you could share? And he responded by saying, sure, why not? Mostly the team is working on optimizations in Warzones, trying to get the best frames per second and enemy counts we can. We know it's important, and I think that question and answer alone is definitely a reason for you just to go ahead and get this game if you were doubtful about it, okay, because it really is shaping up to be something incredible. But guys, that's gonna wrap up this one here. As always, subscribe for more awesome content if you haven't already. I'll see you in the next one. Till then, have yourselves a ridiculously amazing day, and adios amigos.